the selection part. Uh, Gautam Gambhir is found wanting in number of selections in this side. So, uh, Nitish Reddy, Harshit Rana, Anshul Kamboj, if you remember in England, one test match where he came from and now where is he, no one knows. Washington Sundar at number
Yeah.
three, playing four spinners in Kolkata, three wicket keepers. So, what do you think is his mindset when he goes into selecting a team? And what is your thought process that how he selects the team?
See, the way he's selecting the team is he's into that mode, as I pointed out in the initial part, that he's in a mode of white ball cricket. He will, because the way the approach he is working as that I he want to start his team with full of all rounders. Very good. That is much more applicable if we see on the in this context of the game. The team who is having who started with more all rounders, they are basically the triumphant team like India was having in 1983, or the same was having in 2011, and the same the Australian team if we see in 2015 and 87 also. But the the same approach is not suited for the test cricket. No, in test cricket you will always test cricket at some point. Jan Botham said test cricket is a cricket of specialist. Test cricket is a cricket of specialists. In modern day cricket also, there should be specialist batsmen, four specialist bowler, and one specialist uh, all rounder.
Keeper,
But
right?
he is playing with two specialists, two or three specialist bowlers, and hardly three or four specialist batsmen, and rest all are all rounders. Is you need proper technique. The batsman with proper technique, with hardly three or four proper batsmen and rest all rounders, it's your team is not a complete team in for the test cricket. Might be you can manage some because in white ball cricket with a singular performance also a team can be victorious on a particular day. But
Absolutely. Because
that's not
in T20, Shanjan, you can, because it is just a bang, 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 or you can get wickets.
it's a bang
It's a
bang.
very short form of a game.
With the basis of one or two players' performance, also a team can be victorious. We still remember there were two Pathan brothers once upon a time have almost won the match which was about to India was about to lose. I think that was seventh or eighth wicket. So based on
Yusuf and Irfan, correct. Very true.
two or three people players' performance, uh, a team can be victorious, but that's not possible in Test cricket.
So, what do you think, Ishanjan, is the point? You think because he's a T20 coach and he has only coached IPL teams, do you think that is the reason his problem is starting from?
That's the problem because he's a specialist T20 white ball coach. He's suitable for white ball. I think he should better. It's better for BCCI that before a coach starts into the international arena, he should first go. BCCI should send him to NCA first. As I pointed out, that
This is the
BCCI is not
point which you have
structurized
been trying to
properly.
say. Yes, you have said this number of times that a coach should go through NCA, through the domestic circuit,
Eh,
then into international circuit.
Yeah, into the domestic circuit, you should be there in the global. You should globally first into the domestic circuit. Then the opportunity should come into
So
the
you mean to
international
say
circuit.
the A level coaching, B level coaching, the coaching certificates of
A level
NCA, and
coaching.
then move into very, very good
Hence,
point will come to you. Oyon, taking away from Ishanjan, do you think this selection of T20 players, this nature of his T20 selection, is this going to hurt Indian cricket in long? Because he's very wrong precedence of getting Harshit, Rana, Nitish Reddy, some players who just can score one big hundred in a Melbourne game and then they're granted they will play. Do you think this T20 players selection is going to hurt Indian cricket in long? Not only his tenure, maybe it's a facet that he's trying to set up which may not work. Your take.
See, if you've lost, if you have been whitewashed 5-0 out of 5 tests at home, you have to realize that whatever you did was wrong. First admission is that what you did not work. It has to just be thrown out of the window. Okay, so there it is. Like if you keep on doing the same mistake, so I mean, Einstein once said that if you are allowed to, you try to solve something, and if you repeat the same thing you tried, which has failed, you do that 2 times, it's still fine. Third time, you are a mad person. You are a madman. If you are keeping on doing the same thing to solve a problem, you are mad. as straightforward as that. So you are doing, see, you are tinkering with a game which has been on from 1877, okay, 150 years almost. And there is a known format. You don't come and play with that format, which has lasted 1.5 centuries, and then hope that you will suddenly, come upon something remarkably new and hope to succeed. So, if you are
This is a
actually
very good
having,
point.
yeah, if you're having the audacity to go in a 5 day game on a pretty, mean pitch, testing pitch, like that we saw in Eden, which was, I do not agree that it was a minefield. We have seen
I
far
agree
worse
also.
pitches in India, spinning tracks in that 87 pitch in Bangalore. Even I remember at Cuttack in Sri Lanka, against Sri Lanka 86, there was an absolute minefield there. This was not like that. You go in with three specialist batsmen, and then one breaks down, and the match is over for you, right? And then instead of learning from that, the next test you do the same thing, right? Again, you go with three specialist batsmen, and then you are dished out the worst defeat that your team, your country has ever had in its history. So if they continue to do this, then they're mad. That's just only what I can say. I mean, you and look at your opposite team, right? They placed they played six specialist batsmen.
Sanjan
Six.
said, yes, yes.
Right, and that is what you should do. In a pitch that is offering you help, you need four bowlers. You and maybe an all-rounder. You do not need six bowlers, right? Because you will invariably end up underbowling one or two of them, and that's precisely what they have done, right? So what really appears completely bizarre to me is the fact that how can you repeat the same mistake which has cost you a match and then not learn anything from it? So for sure, this thing of not playing specialist, at least batsmen, is something that will destroy India's record in Test cricket. That's what I think. But again, caveat: I don't think we care. At least the
On this
authorities, they
on
don't
this
care.
question, and you have been saying, Ishanjan also saying, and Sudeep, and we mostly agree that Indian cricket seems to be heading only for money. Whether it
Yeah, yeah.
destroys cricket or not is agree.
They don't
Now,
care.
if that is so, then why did BCCI call Agarkar and Gambhir today? Today at Raipur.
But then, Rahul,
Is
there
this
is
a
a.
damage control? What I'm
Of
asking
course.
is this a damage control?
This is the minimum, right? Because they called it, you are saying that. You are saying that, see, today BCSCI called them, right? So then we are happy with that. See, we have become a nation who is very happy with these bits and pieces that our lords are throwing at us, right? We are not pondering about the massive, wrongness that is happening in many spheres of life. We get one or two little bits of scrap, and we are very happy. And look at it. I mean, even our cricket stalwarts, Gavaskar, etc. I'm stunned because, I mean, does Gavaskar not see that Washington Sundar, 4 times out of 4, and I like Sundar. I've told this many times that I think he's a very sort
Yes,
of gutsy player. He's a
that's
good
simple.
batsman. Certainly not number three. Number three should be the best batsman of the country. But look at him. 4 times out of 4, caught at first slip of an off spinner. And the combination was remarkable. Caught Harmer, caught Makram, bowled Harmer 3 times. Fourth time, caught Harmer, bowled Makram. Same
Makram.
thing. So he has a problem against the ball spinning
Ball
away.
spinning away from them.
And
Correct. Ball
why
that
is
takes
he?
him away.
He was out in the same manner two innings at Eden Gardens,
No,
and nothing was talked to him. Nothing
right.
was told to him.
I agree with you, Ian, on this, but I just have a point.
Huh.
Just a point. Star culture, which we started saying, Gambhir wants to do away with star culture. The method is wrong. We agree. Now that Virat Kohli and Rohit seem to be revolting, I use the word revolting, what the press information coming from almost all, that Virat Kohli has stopped talking to Gambhir. And with the performance, of course, of Gambhir and Kohli, now the entire favor and is in favor of the entire tide is in favor of these two seniors. Do you think that Gautam Gambhir is in real soup with two of the players whom he thought we will get rid of are now creating problems? That's what happened with Greg Chappell. Do you think it is beginning of the red flag? Do you think a beginning of the red flag?
See, the problem is Gambhir does not see. First of all, I think that this Gambhir probably learned from his predecessors, histories, right? That they basically had to fall because the star players in the team revolted. So what he did
Correct.
was remove all the star players. If
Correct.
you remove all the star players, then nobody can revolt. So that
Revolt.
is one thing. But the other thing I also have been telling you, the star culture that had started with Dhoni, that had reached a level which started to badly hurt Indian cricket because there was no accountability for failure.
I agree with you
Dhoni lost
completely. I agree.
8 out of 8.
Eight.
Kohli's record in the Sena countries is rather bad. It's not at all good. He won a
Right.
series against Australia against a very depleted side, which it was the weakest Australian batting side that we probably faced ever. And then the series that was won, that fantastic series of 2021, that was won by Rahane. That was not won by Kohli. Kohli
Correct.
actually led India to its lowest total ever in Test cricket, 36 all out. Then he came away, the team just turned. So
Correct.
Kohli also nothing happened to him. So that way, I believe a time where everybody has to be accountable. That I was very happy that it was coming back. Now it seems that has not changed because if you have a coach who is leading India into new disasters every day in Test cricket and nothing happens to him, so again that question of accountability still remains. So now it seems we have a star coach instead of a star player or star
Okay.
coach or whatever, you know,
Oh,
because somebody who cannot be touched. So, but then say one dayers, it is white ball cricket. I don't think he will dare experiment. Because one day, as in white ball cricket, if India starts losing 8 out of 8 or 6 out of 6, his job will go because that will seriously hurt everybody.
the, do you know? My question was specifically: do you think this cake incident of Kohli has maybe put a little bit of fire with BCCI?
Yeah, yeah. I believe that both of them being so spectacularly successful in the first ODI and very visibly not in good terms with the
Comes to
coach, that is putting the dressing room into pressure which is not worth it, actually.
desirable.
It
Correct.
is not at all desirable. So it has
Desirable.
somebody see. Finally, we all want the good of Indian cricket. So all of these
Correct.
people
Correct.
should sit together
Yeah.
and take the best thing possible. Because see,
Possible.
Kohli in Test crickets has been very bad. If you look at his average,
Yes, we agree that.
it was pretty
30,
bad, right?
30.
So I
Yeah,
have no
30.3.
problems. I
Yeah.
have no problems in getting Kohli out. Rohit, on the
Correct.
other hand, I think was still okay. Rohit, his fitness is an issue, but I think Rohit is still good. But then there are some good players, young players. I mean, what did Sarfaraz Khan do wrong? I mean,
That
I
is
don't
no
understand.
one knows. No one
Right,
knows.
and this mystery of Hanuma Vihari, right?
Hmm.
He played that wonderful innings at Sydney where he
Sydney.
used his body. I mean, he just and I'm surprised because see, Gambhir's Test match batting was also like this. So his century, I mean, his 90 odd runs that he
Hmm.
scored against
Hmm.
Dale Steyn at his ferocious best. That is one of the classic innings of an Indian opener played against South
Correct.
Africa in their backyard. So Hanuma should be a player of Gambhir's type. So why did Hanuma Bihari not play a single test match after
After that,
Sydney? I have no
is
idea.
a mystery.
Right?
Absolutely.
So specialists from the domestic circuit have to be taken in test cricket.
Right. Thanks.
But
Thanks,
there
Ron.
is
Thank you so
pressure.
much.
There is
Yeah.
pressure,
Yeah.
sure.
There is pressure, no doubt. I will come to know the outcome of today's meeting. Ishanjan, yes, you were, I think you wanted to say something. Yeah.
Uh, if we go 13, 14 years back, it's the time when India won the World Cup. I think that point of time, Gautam Gambhir was the vice captain of Indian team, and
No,
the
he was not.
same
World Cup
I
vice captain
remember.
was Yuvraj Singh. Yuvraj Singh was the vice captain. Gautam Gambhir played a
No, no,
stellar
no, no,
role
no,
in the
no. I
finals
think
too.
Yuvraj Singh was vice captain in 2007 World Cup, but I think either Gautam Gambhir or might be Virendra Sehwag. But due to
11
that
World
point
Cup,
of
I think it
during
was
that
Gambhir was not the vice captain. Was he the vice captain? 11. I don't know. I think it was Yuvraj Singh. I'm
because
not too
at the,
sure.
just some few months later onwards when Virat Kohli played that after Virat Kohli played that fantastic knot of which from where he came into the limelight in
Okay.
Hobart against Sri Lanka. You remember then followed by Asia Cup where when Gautam was being replaced as a vice captain, where
Correct.
Virat was being replaced Gautam as a vice captain. At that
Correct.
point of time,
That was
their
2012. Yeah.
relationship,
2012. Yeah.
yeah, 2000, their relationship was exacerbated at that point of time. From their
Correct.
and it literally persisted. It was it took such a shape that Gotham has to be, that means wash away his hand from the Indian team. So might be that is still
So
in his
you are saying a revenge mechanism, which is
revenge
again a bad
mechanism.
thing for us. bad thing for a coach. You're saying that he's taking
Sorry,
revenge. Could be,
revenge.
but a very, very bad thing. If he wants to do that, we all want good of Indian cricket. Yeah. So your point is another good point, Ishanjan. Could be.
And
His
even in
spat with
IPL
Kohli
also,
was,
they are
yeah, his spat
IPL
with
also
Kohli in
once
IPL
upon a
was
time
famous.
when
He
Kohli
had
was in his
problems with
prime form.
Kohli. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
2014,
at
and
that
with
point
Dhoni
of time.
also. Dhoni also
Yeah.
KKR CSK match where he almost ran to Dhoni. So there are issues. Thank you, Ishanjan. I'll
In
come
fact,
back to you
his
again for a final.
relationship was acerbated with Dhoni also at some
Correct,
point of
correct.
time.
So the most controversial question to you:
Yeah,
what is the roadmap ahead, and what does Gautam Gambhir think, and what is going to happen to him? What do you think is what does he want to make out of this team, and what is the roadmap ahead?
yeah. I think, for the sake of, the future of Indian cricket, as well as, the betterment of Indian cricket, it's high time that, he changes himself if he has to stay in this as a coach. And the BCCI, and I don't know what has happened in today's meeting, but now the BCCI must step in. It has to play a proactive role now, because this kind of cricket, team selection in tests, this bits and pieces cricketers, this cannot go on. See, test cricket will have to be taken seriously. You cannot adopt a half-hearted measure. So as a first of all, given a choice, I would say that there should be a different coach for red ball and white ball cricket. White ball,
I will come to that final question. Is that only? So
yeah,
you think clearly a red ball, white ball coach different, which everyone is saying right now.
now it is required. It's badly required. And and another point is, we need to have specialist batters. Our batting technique. Thanks to so many 20 T20s and other ODIs. The technique which was present. With the last we saw, Sachin, Dravid, Saurabh, and Lakshman. I mean, we don't find such quality players nowadays, as far as the
Mhm,
batting technique is concerned. I mean,
mhm, mhm.
it's more to do with the so many T20 matches and IPLs being played. So it's very difficult to get technically sound batsmen nowadays. So
Mhm.
so Ranji Trophy players, they have to be given some kind of a preference or importance. When people are succeeding, so they should be groomed accordingly if we want to succeed in
Do you
Test
think
cricket.
it is I mean, Rajiv Sardesai, Harsha Bhogle have spoken both. Do you think, and I'll come to you on the last part of this, do you think it's a structural issue with Indian cricket? We want people to come from domestic cricket. We don't take them like Sarfraj. We say that you have to play red ball cricket. We don't say that you go play and play red ball cricket. So do you think, of course, Gautam Gambhir is 70%, maybe he is responsible, but a coach cannot go and play. So do you think, along with Gautam Gambhir, BCCI also is responsible for the downfall?
Definitely, definitely. The BCCI has to take the blame, because, the problem is the now the become structural in nature, because the changing paradigm of cricket, in Indian cricket, with more preference for, ODIs and T20s, Test cricket is not getting its due importance. They are interested in Test cricket, because they know the money is going to come from ODIs and T20s. Whenever there is an ODI tournament or a T20 tournament,
More than ODI, because ODI is phased out. So T20, the amount of
T20,
money T20
T20.
is garnering is huge.
Yeah, so Test cricket is losing its relevance. I mean, it should not be such in that way, but for the BCCI, Test cricket does not seem to be that important nowadays. That is the saddest part.
Okay, thank you, Sudeep, as always.